My dear students, today's lesson we are going to speak about words easily confused. We are going to speak about words related to people, like the word fans, spectators, participants, and audience. The word fans, these words are related to people. Number one, these people, we call them fans. Number two, these people, we call them spectators. Number three, these people, participants. The last one, audience. So how can you know the difference between these words? Fans are people who have great interest of someone. They like this person, they like him, they love him, they clap for him. You can say when they see this person, they clap for him, they shout for him, they want him to sign autographs, and so on. But the word spectators, people who attend in a sports event like these people, and maybe they sit, sometimes they stand, but they watch and look like this person, they are looking to the match. Number three, participants, people who join, who are a part of any event. Like in classroom, I want 5 participants in the drawing competition. The last one, the word audience, like the word, it's very similar to the word spectators, people who sit, or if they stand, but they listen. So be careful of the word audience. It comes from the word audio. So the word audio means to listen to someone this person who speaks. So again, the word, yes, these people, they attend and watch. These people, participants involved in event. The last one, these people attend, but they listen. So all these words are related to people, who sit and listen. The last one, people who sit and listen. This is an exercise. So again, these fans, who are the spectators, who are participants, who are audience. Fans are people who have great interest of someone or something or a team. Spectators, again, people who attend and watch. Participants, people who are involved in events. The word audience, people who sit and listen. Number one, choose one of these words, expressed their satisfaction, their happiness. Yes, they became very happy by applauding, clapping to the speaker. So if we have a speaker, so there is a listeners. So the listeners are called the audience. So the answer in this point, the audience. Number two, the writer stopped to sign. I say sign means like to write your name, Like when I say, this is Ayman, this is my signature. So I have said to you that autograph for his loyal lovers. So I have said to you that there is a person, is a writer, so he write his name for, yes, the word fans. I said to you the fans, people have great interest of someone, and I have said to you that they clap like this, they raise their hands, they clap, they shout, and they ask him to sign his name. Number 7, the rally driver nearly crashed into some standing at the side of the road. So these people, yes, spectators, because the spectator is standing to look or watch the race. And I have said to that the spectators, people who watch or stand to watch or look at something. All the in the today's fun race must go to the starting line. So go means they want to join, they enter, they are a part. So when we speak about people who are in a part of an event, use the word, participants. Use the word participants. Now, let's go to another point. Now, so we have studied in this point words related to people. These people, we call them audience, participants, spectators, fans. Let's study this point. In that point, we are going to speak about sports events. Number one, competition, match, game, and race. What about all these words? Have you ever heard about these words? I think so. Number one, what about the word competition? Look at this photo. Yes, this is a competition. These people enter a competition. So what's happening in this photo? In this photo, there is a competition. So this person, he is the best, who is number one. This is number two, this is number three, this is number four, and this is number five. So at last, we are going to discover, to find who's number one, or who is the best, who's number one, or who is the best. But in the next picture, this is a match. We call this a match. In a match, look at this. In a match, we speak about two teams, two players playing against each other. So we have one team or one player. So we have two teams or two players. So I can say, yesterday, I went to the stadium to watch a match between, you can say, my team and your team, and so on. So the match, when we speak about two teams or two players. The last one, the word game. Game is too similar to the word match, but we use the word game when we mean the sport itself. The sport itself. Like, I'm going to give you a sentence to make it clear for you. How to use the word game in a context. When I say to you, do you like tennis? You say, yes, I like tennis. It's easy. You can say, delete the word tennis. You can say, I like that game. So we can use game in place of the name of the sport itself. The last one, race. In this photo, there is two cars. They are running. So at last, we have to discover, we have to find who is or what's the fastest. What is the fastest? But in this one, we have to discover who is the best. When we watch two teams or two players, here we mean the sport itself. Number one, last week's formula. One formula. I think you know the word formula. This is the car race. Yes. Who won it? The British driver. So someone drives. And who win? The fastest. So of course, we have to use the word race. Let's check our answer. Yes, race. Number two, the boxing. So boxing between two players. And draw means equality. No one loses, between two brave fighters, two brave players. So look at this. When we speak about two teams or two players, we have to use the word match. Yes, let's check our answer. Check your answer. Yes, match, the boxing match. Number 2 or number 3. Do you think I should enter the short story? Yes. The word competition. Yes, competition. The short story competition. I say competition maybe in drawing, maybe in writing, maybe in speaking. And at last, we have to discover who is the best artist, who is the best writer, who is the best speaker, who is the best. So this is enter the short story maybe for writing. So we are going to discover who is the best writer. Let's check the answer in this point. I have, yes, okay. I like, we have answered number 4 in place of number, but of course I say this is competition. Number 3, I like watching squash. This is the name of a sport, but I don't understand all rules of what? Squash. So here I want to say squash, the sport itself. So you have to say the word game. Competition and game. Game. So in this point, let's make a short. In this point, we have studied 4 words related to people. Number 1, we have studied words related to people. Number 1, fans, people who attend or enter any event. Number 1, fans. I said to you, fans. Yes, what's about the word fans? Yes. People who like or love someone, but how they show their love to this person or this team, they clap, they shout, they want him to sign autographs, for example, like this. Number 2, spectators, people who stand or sit, for example, in a stadium, but they look or watch. And I said in a stadium, for example. Participants means people who want to join, enter any event, like writing, like drawing, like speaking. But the word audience means people who sit or stand, but they listen to a speaker. They listen to a speaker. And we have studied another group of words related to, yes, we have studied the difference between competition, race, match, and game. A competition, let's go to the word competition. Competition, what we mean by a competition? I said drawing competition, speaking competition, writing competition. And we have to discover who is the best drawer, who is the best artist, who is the best speaker, who is the best writer, who is number 1. In a race like car race, so it's related to driving, and we have to discover who's the fastest at the end. But when we speak about the word match, we speak about 2 people, 2 players, 2 teams, 2 players, okay? But when we speak about the word game, we mean the sport itself. I have said to you that I don't understand the rules of tennis. What about the word? I can say I don't understand the rules of that game. Until this point, I have finished my lesson, but what's important for me is if you open your workbooks, if you please, if you open your workbooks, I want to make a short. First of all, this is your student book. And that's our lesson. This is from your book. This is from your book. And we have studied the difference between competition, the difference between a match, competition, match, game, and race. The difference between fans, spectators, participants, and audience. If you please, open your workbooks. This is Traveler 5, Unit 4, workbook. What's important for me is to make this examination practice. This is a short or quick revision about parts we have studied before. If you remember, we have studied words that begin with take, expressions with take. We have studied the lesson when we speak about very before and absolutely before strong and strong or standard adjectives. And we have studied verbs that begin with over. So in this part, we speak about verbs that begin with over plus verb, take plus nouns, very and absolutely before adjective. This is a short examination practice. This is for you, by the way, but I'm going to give you a short help for you. Let's check or let's read number one. Number one, I don't like people who take pride. You have to read and revise our last lesson. What does it mean, the word take pride? Take care means look after someone. Take pride, to be proud of yourself. Take notes, to be aware of someone or something. Take advantage means to take chance of other, take that chance. Yes. So what do you think? Because he said that, because this is cruel, this is bad. So people who take advantage, yes, people who take advantage of other people, they are not good, because they only want you to help them. If you have problems, they go away from you. So these people take advantage of you, all the time. This is not good, by the way. Even though George made a mistake at work, he refused, take responsibility, take time, take measures, take advice. What do you think the answer is? Yes, take responsibility, to say I'm guilty, to say yes, I did this mistake, it was my fault, it was my fault. Number 3, last night I was home alone, lights went out, and I was very, I said to you, come before standard adjective. Very, yes, very scared, not terrified. Terrified, this is strong adjectives. We use absolutely before it, Very, come before, yes, very come before a standard adjective, but absolutely come before strong adjective. So the word scared, we call it standard adjective. Number 4, at Mary's house, I ate very big, but enormous. So very come before standard adjective. But enormous, we use it after the word absolutely, because it's strong adjective. It's a strong adjective. Let's go to the next part. Every holiday season, I overdo, oversleep, overtake, overeat. Overdo, to work much, or oversleep, to sleep more than usual. Overtake, to pass a vehicle. Overeat, to eat too much. So he said, my pants. What do I mean by the word pants? My pants My pants means my trousers fits me for at least. So the answer is I overeat. Overeat. Don't tell anybody that I overheard. Yes, overheard. Why I use the word overheard? Because you heard someone, but you didn't intend to listen to him. The view from our balcony is absolutely breathtaking, winding, ordinary, gloomy. The answer is yes, it's breathtaking. Absolutely, absolutely come before strong adjective. The last one, the same. I'm absolutely delighted. This is a strong adjective. Thank you very much. Until we meet again next time, inshallah.